All right, it should be back up.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Supposed to go this way, so we're doing it. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, we are in Pueblo right now. We're gonna go perch up in a safe place and see if we can get a view on this thing for you guys. This fire's grown explosively since this morning. It started at about 300 acres. Now, last I saw, it was 23,000 acres. And it is 0% contained. I believe that they're having trouble getting air support on this because of the windy conditions. So it's definitely making some challenges. Yeah, this is definitely some of the worst smoke I've seen so far out of any of the fires out here.
Red light camera ahead.
Gonna go try to meet up with Freddie Bryant. He's already out here. Looks like he's got a good safe spot, so I'm just gonna go to kind of where he's at. He knows the area a little better. What's going on, everybody? We're just getting out of Pueblo here. We're gonna go find a nice safe spot to try to see this thing. If you guys are in any of the evacuation areas, you guys need to take it seriously. This fire has grown explosively over the last 8 hours or so, from about 300 acres all the way up to 23,000 now, and it's 0% contained. Should have a good view on it here in just a little bit. Yep, I will definitely be careful with this one. We're not going to get too close. I'm sure they've got it all shut down pretty close anyway. But this fire's no joke. It's currently just outside my left window. So as soon as I come around this corner, you guys will see the smoke again. I apologize for the dirty window. I tried my best to clean it, but you know how that goes. It doesn't last very long. last I heard, they're having issues with air support because of how windy it is. There's too much turbulence, I believe. So that's definitely proving to be challenging. Yeah, this is Cody. Oh, which fire? This is the Aspen Acres fire, which is near Balua Valley, southwest of Pueblo. I think it ignited around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it was about 300 acres when it was first reported, and now it's all the way up to 23,000. Probably just go up a little bit more and pull off at one of these pull-offs here. I don't want to get too close to this thing. I don't want to be in the way of anybody trying to evacuate, obviously. Yeah, we desperately need some rain. Winds are gusting almost 40 miles an hour too, just absolutely fanning the fire. See if there's a spot to stop on top of this hill. I'm not too familiar with the terrain. I think it's a mix though. looks like it originated in, you know, kind of the mountain, the hills, I guess, and then it looks like it's, you know, coming into the prairie. I'll try to get us a pull off coming up here. That probably could have worked. I'm gonna pull a UE and pull into that spot there. No one's coming. Oops, if I pay attention. Looks like an old ranch gate. We're just gonna kind of sit here, I guess. I do want to be careful where I pull off at, though. I don't want to be stopped in any bit of tall grass. Even the heat from my truck right now could start another fire, so definitely going to be careful with that. Oh, we appreciate that, man. All the support is definitely much appreciated. Apologize for any dropouts, guys. Service isn't too great here. I do have my Starlink, but it tends to act up when it gets super hot. You can almost see on the right side there, it's kind of blown up a little bit. It's hard to tell, but I almost think I can see flames. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to come over that ridge right now. The smoke production is just insane on this one, guys. It's visible on reflectivity radar all the way from, you know, here all the way into central Colorado. It takes, you know, a pretty powerful fire to be picked up on reflectivity. Yeah, it's definitely moving my way. So we're gonna keep an eye on that real close. Luckily, this road I'm pulled off on is a very good road, so I will not hesitate to bail on this one. Yeah, Paul, there's absolutely nothing to stop this. The wind is gusting 40, 45, and as you can see, all of this is just totally dry. And once it comes across, you know, that ridge there won't be as much vegetation, like tree-wise, but it's going to have all of this just dry fuel, unfortunately. So if you guys live in the city of Pueblo, you guys need to be watching this very closely. There, I don't think there's currently any evacuation warnings or anything like that in Pueblo, but the way this fire's been growing today, it's definitely something you guys are going to watch. Alyssa, I'm on 96 right now, just west of Pueblo. I'm facing southwest. Looks like the biggest part of the fire is basically directly, you know, as you can see it to the right of the screen a little bit. That'd be a little bit to my southwest right now. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Paul. This stuff will just go up, especially with the wind. You can see the, you know, the brush blowing in front of me even. Yeah, it looked like Freddie was a little bit further up than me, and he started making his way back this way, so he probably thought it was time to move. Should actually be coming down the road any second. Yeah, Alyssa, definitely. We'll be definitely careful on this one. Yeah, you can even see on the right edge now, too, even further up. It's definitely getting closer to the ridge line. I'm gonna step out and get a quick photo real quick, so I will be right back, guys. All right. Yeah, just when I stood out there for a second, the wind is just ripping. Yeah, Paul, that's been some of the concern today with this fire as I've been watching it throughout the day. They've said it's been spotting up to a quarter mile ahead of the main fire line, which is pretty terrifying. 5 to 10 miles, holy cow. Oh, there's Freddie. Looks like he's turning around to come chat. I'm gonna pop out real quick, guys, and just have a chat with Freddie and kind of see what he was seeing up there. See if he thinks this is a safe spot or not. Be right back with you. Yeah, it's a little, that's a little close, huh?
Yeah, but this...
Yeah, I'm gonna chill here for a little bit. So.
Have you ever seen a wildfire before like this?
No, not like this. Hey guys, sorry, I was just meeting up with Freddie Bryan out there. He's headed back into town to get some food with his girlfriend. I'm going to sit here for a little while. It definitely is trying to crest that ridge though. That's awesome that Brush is sending people all the way down here. They definitely could need it. I'm not sure of exactly what resources they have right now, but I do know air support has been a no-go because of the winds. Freddie did say that where he was at just a few minutes ago, a mile or two up the road, a little bit closer, he said a rancher had said that the fire line was about 10 miles from there, so. Yeah, smoke's definitely increasing right at that ridge there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. The smoke from this fire specifically is stretching all the way up to, looks like, really it looks like the northern Nebraska border. Massive smoke producer. I'm gonna go ahead and read off the current evacuation alerts for you guys. Let me just pull it up real quick. All right, so per watch duty, the fire is at least, you know, this was updated an hour ago, 22,826 acres, 0% contained, guys. This is 0% contained, okay? It was 300 acres when it was reported this morning about 3 o'clock. So, just in the last hour or two, when I was on my way here, it was reported to be 10,000, and then it's at 23 now. So that shows you how fast it's spreading. So, all right, guys, these are the current evacuation orders. Level 3, so this means you have to go. In Pueblo County, it's 12 Mile Road, Lazy Acres, the town of Balua, the town of Rye, 3R Road to Crow Cutoff, Water Barrel Road, and Burnt Mill Road to I-25. So those are all just a little bit south of me. And in Custer County, it's Bishop's Castle, San Isabel, and Highway 96 and Highway 165 south to the Pueblo County line. So if you guys are anywhere inside of those areas, you guys need to be evacuating. You already should have been evacuated. Load up the animals and get to the evacuation point. The current shelters are the Pueblo County Recreation Center, the Wetmore Community Center, and there's a large animal shelter available at the Colorado State Fairgrounds currently. So again, if you guys need to evacuate, head to the Pueblo County Recreation Center, Wetmore Community Center, and if you have large animals, take them to the Colorado State Fairgrounds. Yeah, ash falling in Pueblo is definitely not a good sign. Let me pull up the models here and see what the winds are looking like tonight. So the only good news is the winds are supposed to kind of start to diminish as we go into the overnight hours. But we're still looking at, you know, 10 to 15 mile an hour, about 30 feet off the ground. So that's still enough to keep this thing going. Yeah, we're still going to be gusting close to 20 all the way until past midnight. So I would have to assume they're out in front of this thing cutting fire lines right now. So hopefully that's working out. It's hard to say. It's still, you know, pretty far southwest of Pueblo, at least Pueblo proper. If you live in like Highland Park, Balula Heights, Sunny Heights, you know, I would definitely keep an eye out. The fire has been spreading that direction all day. but it's hard to tell, because if we do get a wind shift, you know, that would be a good thing. And like I said, I would have to imagine that they're out in front of it cutting fire lines to kind of keep it from getting to Pueblo. But it's definitely something to be keeping an eye on all night. If you guys don't have it, I definitely recommend downloading the Watch Duty app. It will alert you if you are inside of any type of pre-evacuation or evacuation alert. And I mean it seriously though, if they do issue any type of evacuation alerts for where you guys are at, you need to heed them immediately. For anyone who's just tuning in, we are on the Aspen Acres fire. We are just west of Pueblo right now, looking south towards Blue Valley. It just jumped 78 and is making a run up. Yeah, see, that must be what I'm looking at, because when I first got here, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, it was definitely much further away. And you can see the smoke production on the right side picking up more. It's a little hard to tell on the camera, but there's a hill, there's a ridge there. That must be below a hill there. That's what I'm worried about. As soon as I see any type of flames reach the top of that crest, I am moving. It looks like it's far, but that's maybe 10 miles away. And with the winds, you know, blowing 30 to 40 miles an hour, that only gives us 20 minutes of potential growth to get out of the way. So good news is this road is a good, safe road to get out of the way from it. So oh, hey, Michelle. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping my eyes out ahead of me here, because they did say earlier it was, you know, spotting at least a quarter mile ahead. So that means new fires are starting ahead of it, just from the embers. Yeah, Amy, I do. I have a safe route out. That's a priority for me. So I can take this road back east right into Pueblo, and I can be out of here in no time. It doesn't really look like it, but I'm just pulled off of the side of 96 right now in a little, you know, ranch entry. So all I got to do is back up and I'm on the road. Of course, yeah, safety is #1 priority here. We're out here trying to provide, you know, live coverage for everybody. I know we're primarily focused on Northeast Colorado, but I know we have followers and family and friends all over the place, so that's exactly what we do this for. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. if I can zoom a little bit here. Not much. The old GoPro only has so much zoom range, but you can really see it kind of starting to blow up more on the right edge there. It's hard to say if it'll reach Pueblo. You know, the winds are forecasted to shift and kind of simmer down as we go into the night. But it's definitely something you guys should be keeping an eye on. I don't believe there are currently any, you know, evacuation alerts for Pueblo itself, but it's definitely something you guys want to keep an eye on. I would have to imagine that they're out, you know, trying to keep it from doing that, though. Unfortunately, it's just too windy for any aerial support right now, which is really putting a damper on it. Yeah, I definitely believe ash is falling in Pueblo. The smoke is basically going right over there. Looks like we may be having an attempt at a pyrocumulus cloud here. We'll see what happens. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, I'm going to go ahead and read off the current evacuation orders. So these are level 3. That means it's time to go. If you haven't already, you gotta go. So for Pueblo County, it's 12 Mile Road, Lazy Acres, the entire town of Balua, the entire town of Rye, 3R Road to Crow Cutoff, Water Barrel Road, and then Burnt Mill Road to I-25. And in Custer County, it's going to be Bishop's Castle, San Isabel, and Highway 96 and 165 south to the Pueblo County line. Currently, these are the current evacuation shelters that are open. We've got the Pueblo County Recreation Center, the Wetmore Community Center, and then there's a large animal shelter currently at the Colorado State Fairgrounds. So if you guys need a place to evacuate, you guys can go to any one of those. And if you have large animals, the State Fairgrounds is currently accepting you guys. Yeah, Michelle, a pyrocumulus cloud is where the heat from the fire is actually so strong that it breaks the troposphere and it creates basically a cumulonimbus cloud, just like a severe thunderstorm. So those are seen in the really, really strong fires, and when they're really strong, they can actually create their own weather. There's been, pyro tornadoes and also, like lightning from those as well, which isn't a good thing, right? We don't need any more of that right now. Yeah, that's starting to get pretty close to that ridge there. Currently, the fire looks to be burning in, an area of mixed vegetation. You've got some trees, some shrubs, a little bit of mountainous terrain. But once it breaks that ridge, it's going to just be all this dry fuel. So even though there's, less trees and stuff here, this dry underbrush is just kindling. How am I doing on battery for my stuff? I'm doing all right. Unfortunately, it does look like some of the hottest areas of the fire are right over the town of Blua right now, so that's not good. At least looking at satellite. Yeah, Jamie, I saw that on satellite as well. I haven't checked it in a little while, but I did notice that earlier. Just south of Gardner. Let me see if I can find any info on that one. Looks like they're calling that fire down there the Sheephead Fire. And for that one, if you live anywhere between Highway 69 and to Foresta, you guys are under a level 3 evacuation. That means go. As of 27 minutes ago, they just issued that. So if you guys are down south of here, kind of near west of Walsenburg, you guys need to be paying attention to that as well. That fire is also up to 300 acres, and that one just, went up a few hours ago. So these are definitely growing fast today. Let me see, Moose. Try giving it a refresh. It looks like it's okay on my end. You guys got a black screen? I don't see that on my end. I'm showing 0 dropped frames, but let me check. I just zoomed out a little bit so you guys can see the wind blowing. It might have just looked frozen because there's, it's hard to tell the motion in the stream. Try giving it a refresh there, Moose. To be fair, I am just sitting here, so it may appear to be frozen. Yeah, I zoomed back out so you guys can hopefully see the grass. Being zoomed in, I think it was a little tough to see anything. Yeah, I definitely have noticed a little bit of a wind shift as well, which is a good thing for Pueblo. Bailey, it's hard to tell, but looking at satellite and the fire hot spots, it to me looks like it's right in Balua, but I can't confirm that right now. It could still be a little bit further to the south, but at least going by satellite, it looks like it's making its way in there, unfortunately. Yeah, satellite's not perfect, you know, it picks up hot spots and stuff, and it's showing the whole area is really hot, but there's also, you know, the factor of just the heat that this fire's putting off. But yeah, I think you're right. I will say, since I've been here, the smoke plumes are definitely getting closer to the top of this ridge that I'm looking at. I know it's probably a little hard to see on the stream, but Wayne, I'm currently on 96, just west of Pueblo. I'm looking south-southwest right now, basically towards Blue Valley. Yeah, that sounds about right, Jamie. When I was coming through Pueblo about an hour ago, it was definitely hazy and smoky, but it was definitely more focused on the south side. And the smoke isn't reaching quite as high right now as it was at first, so it's hard to tell. I think the winds are still pretty solid out of the southwest right now. At least looking at the Pueblo METAR station at the airport, they're actually shifting a little bit more southwesterly from westerly, so Wayne, I haven't heard of any, but it's, you know, still too early. I just hope everyone took the evacuation warning seriously as soon as they issued them. I'm gonna reposition just a little bit, guys. Not that I'm nervous or anything, but Freddie just let me know he's currently heading down 78, which I thought was closed. So we'll be able to get maybe a little bit better view for you guys. Yeah, they're definitely fighting it. The only issue is with the winds right now. They haven't been able to call in any air support because of the turbulence and downburst risk around the hills. So that's really put a damper on them being able to make any progression, unfortunately. Good news is, as we go into the night, especially overnight hours, after midnight, the winds should be beginning to die down. Should still have gusts up to 20, but they should hopefully be able to get a, an air tanker in here. So, I mean, I don't want to say for any uncertain terms that, it won't spread it closer to Pueblo, but I'm confident that they're going to make sure it doesn't. And Paul was in here also earlier, and he did say that they have firefighters all the way from Brush coming down to help. So that's pretty cool. They're hours away, and they're still sending people. And I live in the Springs, and I saw that they had, I think, a team of 6 wildland firefighters on it. So I would only imagine that, they're out in front of it trying to cut fire lines right now. That's all you can really do with a fire like this, especially if you can't get air support. You just got to get in front of it and start cutting trenches and, fire breaks and hope it doesn't jump it. So. Yeah, that's another issue. There's no access out here, guys. There's no roads, minus the main roads. So we'll see. We're gonna go down 78 and see how far we can get. I do know it's closed at some point, but yeah, of course, that's what we're here for, guys. But I agree, Jamie. I highly doubt they'll let it get, into Pueblo. They would dump all the resources they had available to keep that from happening. Yeah, Jamie, same. I'm using Weatherfront as well right now, but I definitely would be rather to using it to chase a storm over an empty field that has no chance of hitting anybody. But it's an amazing app, though. Really, all in one stop. Not sponsored or anything, but can't recommend it enough. Yeah, say a prayer for some rain as well, guys. We really need that. We're barely into summer right now, and we've already had quite a few pretty big fires, especially this last week. And unfortunately, the rain that we have had has been, very severe and large hail and stuff like that. So we really just need a good soaking rain, monsoon. Sorry about this road, guys. I guess it kind of sucks. Currently just making my way over to Highway 78. We're gonna go down there as far as we can go. Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, guys, you know, even though it's America's 250th birthday, the communities that are still considering fireworks really need to rethink that. I know a lot of them have already canceled, especially near the current fires, but there's still a lot of communities that are talking about doing them, and I'm not sure if I think that's the right idea. Wayne, not yet. I'm making my way there. I'm just on some dirt road right now, Red Creek Spring. So I'm headed back towards Pueblo so I could get down to 78 right now. That's good that they've got a lot of mutual aid right now. I know there's a lot of fires burning all over the place, but this one has to be one of the faster growing ones that we've seen. I mean, when I first saw it was reported, it was 360 acres, and that was, you know, earlier this morning, maybe about 8 or 9 hours ago, and now it's up to 23,000, and that's as of, you know, an hour or two ago. So just explosive growth. I should have just stayed on the main road. This road sucks. It's alright, that's what we got 4-wheel drive for. Not that I need it, but it helps with the control on some of this loose gravel. Alright, Freddie just updated me. He says mile marker 18 on 78 is where it's closed, so we'll get as close to that, I guess, as we can and see if there's anywhere to pull off that's safe. Also keeping in mind, you know, we don't want to be in the way of anybody either trying to evacuate or trying to respond, so we're going to definitely keep that in mind. But he's over there right now and says it's okay, so we're gonna go check it out. I'm pretty sure I saw something earlier from either KKTV or KRDO or whatever those news stations are, that they said that this fire was actually man-made or human started. So, you know, they didn't really go into detail. It doesn't take much though, you know, one cigarette butt, one spark, one little spark from, you know, someone's chain on their trailer dragging, and that's all it really takes at these type of days. Yeah, I saw a firework tent the other day. I was coming back up. I actually did some camping in the desert just east of Walsenburg over the weekend, and I saw a firework tent out there, and I was just blown away. They're illegal in the Springs where I live for good reason. Yeah, I don't think any of the fires in the last couple days have been started by lightning. I think it's all either accidental, hopefully not, you know, on purpose, or a lot of the times they're started by, you know, power lines getting knocked down with how windy it's been. Which I know everyone hates the power outages, but that's exactly why, you know, they preemptively will shut the power off in some areas to try to avoid that. Alright, so I'm on the southwest side of Pueblo now. Next turn will be onto 78. Pizza Ranch, what's that? I've never been there. Is that a good place? I just moved to the Springs in October, so I don't know all the little good spots like that, so maybe I'll have to stop on the way back. Wayne, no, I'm just a storm chaser. I've been chasing for 18 years now, mostly, you know, severe weather stuff, but, you know, I'm from Michigan. Like I said, I just moved here in October, so we didn't really have this type of stuff out there, but it's all the same to me. You know, I do it to kind of give you guys live coverage and help get the word out and stuff like that, so fire weather is weather too. Oh, buffet pizza? Yeah, you've got me hooked already. We are about an hour from sunset, and I would imagine as soon as the sun starts to go down, we'll be able to see, you know, some orange glow and some flames. Thanks, Moose. I appreciate it, man. That's exactly why we do this. Austin, you know, it's hard to say. I'm confident though that, you know, they will make sure it doesn't reach Pueblo. That being said, make sure you guys have the Watch Duty app and you have your notifications on, because if you guys are issued a pre-evacuation or any type of warning, you guys need to take it seriously. This guy's going 30 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, Little Caesars isn't too bad for a cheap pizza, you know? One of my jobs in Michigan when I was younger was at a bowling alley, and we actually used the original Little Caesars recipe from back in the day when they first opened. The location was actually their test kitchen for the Illiches. You know, being close to Detroit, you know, that was where they're from, so. I will say the pizzas they have nowadays don't compare to, you know, early 80s and 90s ingredients, but yeah, that's awesome. You definitely should if that's what you want to do. When I was younger, I thought about becoming a firefighter, actually. I did do a little bit of school for law enforcement, but didn't quite pan out the way I wanted, so now this is what I do. Yeah, I do see that. There does seem to be some sort of boundary pushing in from the north. It's untelling what it'll do, to be honest. If anything, hopefully it'll bring a wind shift that will push it back over already burnt area. That would be the best case scenario. Just looking at the observations up in Colorado Springs, it does look like the winds have shifted to the northeast, so hopefully that continues to happen. That'll basically mean that the fires will get pushed back over itself, which would be good for everybody. Yes, I-25 is open. As far as I know, the fire's not threatening I-25 just yet. Lane, it's closed at mile marker 18. I think that's where Freddie is, so we're gonna push up to him. I trust him with my life. You know, we storm chase a lot, so if he's up there, then I know it's safe. He's a lot like me with storm chasing. You know, we don't like to push it, you know, drive the speed limit, and if we feel sketched, we bail. So if he's up there, then I know it's okay. I will say the smell of the smoke has really become a lot more apparent so far already. Again, everyone who's just tuning in, this is the Aspen Acres fire. It's currently southwest of Pueblo in the Balua Valley. There are evacuation warnings in place for a lot of these areas down here. If you guys have large animals, you can take them to the Colorado State Fairgrounds. They're currently accepting you guys. And also the Wetmore Community Center and the Pueblo Recreation Center are open for evacuation shelters. Yeah, Manson, there's not many of us out there, that's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, we may not always get the craziest footage, but I've always gone home incident-free. Never lost a windshield, never, knock on wood, you know, been in an incident or anything like that. So, and I've been doing it for 18 years. It's really become a little silly how some of the people chase nowadays. It's only a matter of time, you know. Yeah, Jamie, I mean, the closest calls I've had are definitely with other chasers that don't, you know, chase the same way. We'll be going the speed limit and they're flying by at 100. And actually on June 8th, you know, Freddie and I were trying to make a left turn out of a pull-off, and there was a guy trying to make a left turn in, and he got passed on the left by two guys going 100 miles an hour. So if any one of us would have turned, we would have all been, you know, really hurt. That's just something I think is unacceptable. And the funniest thing is, all of those people that are doing that, we, you know, end up pulled over on the same area, same stretch of road, looking at the same stuff anyways. So I am currently on 78, southwest of Pueblo, headed down towards Balua Valley. I'm not going to be able to make it. It's closed at mile marker 18, but we're going to go up as far as we can. Yeah, sorry about the bug guts, guys. I cleaned the windshield before I went live, but you know how that goes. It never lasts for long. I do have a couple window chips as well, which doesn't help. You know, I try to stay out of the big hail, but it doesn't always work. Yeah, of course, TB. This is exactly why we do this, you know. Mainstream news and stuff, I don't know, they just don't cover things the way that needs to be. I wholeheartedly believe in giving you guys live updates and making sure that everyone is aware of what's going on. Yeah, and for how big this fire is, I'm surprised I haven't seen more, you know, content on it, especially live stuff, but that's what we're here for. Yeah, Wayne, I'm sure the cops will be blocking it up here. Not sure what mile I'm at now, but I see Freddy's location on my map, and he stopped at what looks to be a pull off, so I would imagine that's as far as he can go. So if you guys were tuned in earlier when I had that view from further back, this is, you know, obviously what I was seeing. I was on the other side of this hill here to my right. Yeah, now that would be something for sure. I've been pretty close to, you know, that big fire that was up in Nebraska a few months ago. I was pretty close to that one. Had flames right next to me on the side of the road, but they had already cut fire breaks, and, you know, there was just brush burning. Yeah, Magnon, for sure, for sure. Plan is to definitely stay safe, so. Yeah, it looks like the police are up here with the road closed. So we're gonna go up to, this guy doing? Looks like this is Freddy right here. Nope, that's not him. He's at exactly where it's closed. What a trooper. Let's see if we can get a spot right here with these guys, right where it's closed at. Let me pull around so you guys can see. I do have someone working on a media pass for me, but I don't think I'll get it today. Not sure they would let me through anyway, but for future references that may come in handy. Not that I want to get any closer anyways, I think this is close enough, but alright, we're gonna stop here, guys. Wow, 35 square miles. That really puts it into perspective about the acreage. You know, it's hard to kind of fathom exactly how big an acre is. Yeah, we definitely are starting to see a wind shift, so hopefully that boundary that's coming in from the north, it's currently pushing in from the springs. that's going to be what's responsible for our wind shift. So that'll be good news, because what'll happen is the fire will get blown back over already burned area. Now they call it blackened area. And that's good because that fuel is already burnt up. So even though, you know, it's going to get pushed back towards areas that have already been hit, there'll be less fuel for it to burn. Just currently looking at the observations from the airports up in Colorado Springs, there is a big wind shift coming with that boundary. So again, that's good news. Let's just hope it holds up all the way down here. All right, I'm gonna step out real quick and talk with these guys. I'll be right back, everyone. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Pueblo County Sheriff did say 100-mile-an-hour gusts. That's crazy. And yeah, correct, guys. There are no air support right now. It's just been too windy. Good news is we do have that boundary, the cold front moving through. It's just hitting a fountain just south of Colorado Springs right now. So you know we're still about 60 miles out, but give it another hour and a half, and that should shift the winds back towards it. So that's good. I think Pueblo is going to be okay, guys, especially with the cold front coming through. I was just talking with these guys, and it sounds like only one structure was inside of the fire perimeter, but there's no word on if it actually impacted it or not. So hopefully it sounds like they're making good progress, at least keeping it out of the buildings. Oh, I didn't see that about the dust storms on I-25. That's not good. Appreciate it, Wayne. Yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook too. You know, we're a little bit bigger on there, but I tend to like to stream on YouTube a little bit better just because of the quality and how easy it is for me to stream from my computer. So I usually head up the YouTube front. Freddie Bryant, he's 2 cars ahead of me right now. He's the one walking around. I think he's live on Facebook right now. Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers. Like I said, we're primarily focused on Northeast Colorado, but I live down in the Springs, so whenever I can, I provide coverage for Southern Colorado. You know, primarily focused on storm chasing, but really anything that is able to get the word out and keep you guys safe is what we're big on. No hype, just facts. Rock, so I'm using the app called Weatherfront. I have, you know, several different features on here. One is including METARs, right? So those are the actual observations from the airports. And so I can see the wind shifting in real time every time those update, every 5 or 10 minutes. And I can also see the cold front on the radar pushing through just south of Colorado Springs. And you can actually see the wind barbs, you know, those show which direction the winds are coming from. They made a sharp 90 or 180 degree turn. So they were going straight from the southwest, and now they're pushing from the northeast. So that's good. So that's working its way down this way right now. And you know, the temps have dropped 10 degrees up there, so we can only hope it's going to hold up. The Sheephead's fire, let me look that up real quick. I haven't been keeping up with that one, to be honest. Where's that one at? Oh yeah, that's the one just south of here, south of Gardner. So that one currently is, as of 18 minutes ago, 315 acres. There's a level 2, so that means, you know, set. You guys got to be ready for Highway 69 all the way to Foresta. No current evacuation warnings, but be ready for that one.
I could see some trees on fire.
I thought I was seeing that right there in the
right
middle.
On the edge, it was like a tree or something on fire. It looks like it's coming this way, like
does.
Traveling back this way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that cold front needs to get on down here.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it's...
Connor, gotcha.
What's up?
Oh, I was just talking to chat here.
Oh yeah, man, that's a nice view. The GoPro looks nice.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're starting to get some of that that sun filtering through the smoke now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frost, Rye, the entire town of Rye is under an evacuation right now, so hopefully everyone is out of there.
Isn't that so? That's a southeast town, right?
It is, yeah. I'm gonna pull the camera out, see if I can't get any photos of that.
Yeah, there's, you can tell there's a fire right here too.
Yep.
Something up in there.
Yeah, you can really see if you put on the day cloud fire layer on weatherfront.
What? Where's that?
Yeah, hit the geocolor button in the middle, and then scroll all the way down. And then day land cloud fire. Oh, you don't have the thing.
So lame.
Yeah, it's worth it though. And then also, I don't know if you know, if you long press
you.
on an area, it'll switch you to a high res sector.
Really?
Yeah. Just like if you're switching between radars.
Oh yeah, I could see this one here and that one back in the wall.
Yeah, that one is the sheephead's fire down there.
Got two fires just blazing right now.
Alright guys, I'm going to step out and get some photos real quick. We thought we saw some flames, so I'm going to see if I can zoom in and get anything.
Once the sun goes down, we're gonna see.
I'll be right back. Everyone better behave. Gotta get the tripod out. We're losing light. Yeah, it definitely did get into some better fuel. We actually just saw a little spurt of flames go up there. Now you're probably just hearing, I'm back now, but you're probably just hearing the AC running. Just me today. Normally I bring my dog along on chases, but he has a tendency to climb up in the front seat and lay on the horn, so I didn't feel like dealing with that today. No, I left the pup at home today. I didn't have time to set up the baby gate to keep him in the back because, like I said, he'll climb up in the front and just lay on the horn because he's learned that that's how he gets out of the car. He's a smart dog. We're just talking about what we're seeing. I don't know if you guys can see, probably not, but there was some flames that we saw kind of out in front of us to the right. So let's see if I can get a better angle here. Wait for this guy to go. I'm currently at Highway 78 in mile marker 18, exactly where it's closed. So this side road is called Water Barrel Road. So I'm at Water Barrel and 78 right now. We do have the cold front pushing in from the north, which is bringing with it a wind shift change. So that'll be good news as it'll push the fire kind of back over itself. No problem, Patriot. You know, as much as it sucks to see, that's why we're out here. We're out here trying to keep you guys all informed. Let's just pray for some rain. That ridge, a mile maybe? Let me see if I can pull up the map and see. Yeah, that ridge is about a mile or so. Yeah, Frankie, we were thinking about coming up from the south, but the entire city of Rye is under an evacuation warning, so we're not going to go down through there. We don't want to be in the way of anybody. As you can see here, I think the only ones that are getting through are locals and people trying to get their animals. Yeah, unfortunately, they haven't been able to get any type of air support on this fire.
Big flames a second ago. Of course, they're gone when I come to tell you.
All right, guys, keep your eye out on the right side of the screen there. You'd probably be able to see some flames here in a little bit. Freddie said he saw some.
You see the fire just south of us now too? It's all that shit's smoke coming, oh, excuse me, stuff. It's coming from
So this is unconfirmed, of course, but we did talk to these guys closing the road, and they said that the town of Balua is currently on fire, guys. I think that's what you guys are seeing, some of the thicker smoke on the right side, the real dark smoke. I am pretty sure those are structures right now, unfortunately. As you can see, here comes the fire department. Karen, I'm just catching up here. I'm at the intersection of 78 and it was Water something. Water Barrel Road. So I'm facing, the camera angle is facing southwest right now. So directly to the right of the screen is the town of Balua Valley. That's where all that dark smoke is coming from. Unfortunately, those are likely structures, rather. Nope, Connor, didn't forget about you. We were just out there trying to see some stuff. I know it's a little hard for you guys to see on the camera. Unfortunately, the GoPro, you know, it's good for capturing wide angle stuff, but yeah, Beulah. Okay, that makes sense. Beulah. Yeah, sorry guys, I just moved here in October. I'm from Michigan, so. You guys look really close just to the right of the screen, like right here. Those are flames. All right, got a little bit of zoom. Yeah, guys, if you look really close just to the far right edge of the smoke there, you can see the flames now. Yeah, Connor, I've seen multiple tornadoes up close. Probably a little closer than I want to be on some of them. I think he just went down the road to stretch his legs. I'm not sure where the Aspen Acres campground is exactly, but per these guys that are closing the road right here, apparently the town is on fire. So if it's anywhere near there, likely. Yeah, Austin, the fire in the last, let me see, when it was first reported on watch duty, it was at, so about 6:20 this morning it was reported, and by, let me see here, guys, sorry, I'm scrolling through. So by 9:45, it was at 362 acres. So 11 hours ago, it was at 360 acres. And as of an hour ago, I believe, yeah, as of about an hour ago, it was at 23,000 acres. I did see a news report earlier that said this fire was started, it was human caused. So I can only imagine it probably started at the campground, unfortunately. Moon, this is the Aspen Acres fire in southern Colorado, just southeast of Pueblo. Currently 23,000 acres and 0% contained. Yeah, Jay, you're totally correct. It's definitely likely more than that by now. At the rate it's been growing, I wouldn't be surprised the next update to say 30,000 plus. All right, thanks for the info, Teresa. Like I said, I was just assuming because one of the news stations said it was human caused, but it's still too early to be, you know, certain for sure. Yeah, for sure, Andrew. I'm just going off of what these guys right here at the road close said. Again, like I said, it's unconfirmed. You know, we're not up there, but they said that the town is on fire. Again, that's unconfirmed. That's just coming from these guys that have the road closed, but I think they know more than anybody right now. You guys can really see the flames now.
Her car is packed full of stuff. She must be from up there. Those.
Yeah, you see the flames now?
Yeah. It's like just like explosions of heat.
Yeah, I know it's hard to see on the stream, guys, but if you look really close on the right edge there, you can see the faint glow. Definitely easier to see in person, unfortunately. Why is it drunk now? Apologize for any disconnections, guys. The Starlink is struggling for some reason.
How many people you got viewing still?
210.
Hey.
Last I heard,
Oh, flare up.
Kirsten Rye is under an evacuation. I'm not positive if the fire's made it that way yet. There is some concern with the cold front coming through that when the winds shift, it could push the fire that way, but I'm hoping that it pushes it back over itself and over the already burned fuel. But
Yeah, it still ain't here. It's weakening. Of course.
yeah, the front's definitely not as well defined, but
It's something. You got your settings perfect.
yeah, not my first rodeo.
Mine don't look nothing like that. I haven't taken time yet.
Oh yeah, it's taken me a long time to get this app to how I wanted it.
Wow. I feel like I just saw a flash in it, but I'm probably just seeing shit. Like some lighting. It'd be cool to see him dumping planes, dumping stuff, water.
Yeah, I don't know if they will at night though, will they?
No, I don't think so. They tried by Fort Collins a couple years ago for like the first time ever, and the guy crashed.
I was gonna say, I think it's just way too dangerous at
He tried
nighttime,
flying at
especially
night
around
with,
the
night
mountains.
vision. Yeah.
Maybe out in the plains or something, but
Yeah. So, whoa, look at that. That's cool. The smoke from the, that's getting thicker. The smoke from the Leadville. I guess they said they might have to evacuate all of Leadville.
really?
Yeah.
Man, I hope not. I
They
like
said
that town.
half or at least all.
I like that town, man. Hopefully, how close is it to that? What is that up there? That ski resort?
Probably pretty close.
That one we chased that snowstorm and ended up at?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close. Lots, a lot of people get coming out. It happens every time there's a wildfire at night.
Oh, Matthew, they do it at nighttime in Cali. Well, I guess if they could do it out there, they could probably do it out here too. But
And we're just outside the heat.
yeah, it's getting dark fast, guys. I'm not sure how much longer you guys will be able to see, but hopefully you'll be able to start seeing some more of the glow now, though. You can see it on the right side there. Yeah, Austin, I saw this fire all the way up from Colorado Springs earlier today. Shortly after it, it was at 300 acres.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep, there you go, guys. That's that whole side of that hill there.
Yeah, I wonder what's right there, if there's any structures.
Hopefully not.
Fire marshal.
Is that a marshal or a cop?
Probably. I don't know.
I'd have no clue, man. I'd be getting glad I don't speed. I would have no idea that was a cop. Yeah, if they had helicopters, that would definitely be a little bit easier for them.
Is Beulah Valley?
Yeah, there's Beulah Valley, and then there's the town of Beulah as well. So we're looking kind of towards the valley, but I mean, if you look at the heat temperature, I mean, it's up in there.
Yeah. Beulah might be getting it.
Mike, I'm at 78 and Water Barrel Road right now. This is where they have it closed. It's mile marker 18.
Definitely houses back in there. If you went straight this way, period, like back in there, it's...
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, look at this. This is what's concerning me. That's like downtown. But it's hard to tell because, the fire temperature...
It could be blowing over the smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we walk straight right here, all in that area, somewhere around
There's
there,
houses in there.
Lots of homes.
Yeah.
At least a dozen of them.
I saw that fire truck go in there. Hopefully they've got crews up there.
More than a dozen of them. Yeah, that's like on the town. That's right next.
I can't tell. Is that flame straight in front of us or are those headlights?
Those are headlights right there.
Probably someone trying to get their animals.
Yeah, I think this might be getting into like Beulah, like that's hitting like this mountainy part right now. Thinking here.
Yeah, Bailey, the last update was at 5:30, I think. It was almost 23,000 acres. And
what road did the guy say it didn't cross over yet earlier?
He said...
Something with a C.
Yeah, he said something with a C, but I couldn't find it on my map.
Central Ave, North Creek.
I mean, the only thing I see is Curtis, right in the town.
Damn, that's some strong winds. I mean,
did they change? Is it the same direction?
No, same direction, just more sustained right now.
Yeah, let me see if I can fix that real quick, guys. See if I can crank up the exposure. On my end, it looks okay, but by the time it gets to the stream, that's the only thing with the GoPros. They don't really do great in dark. But I can turn up the
3 hours and 2
EV
minutes
comp a
from
little.
home. It's not too bad. Whoa, look at that. We got some flaming. Oh, look, the moon. You see the moon?
No, where is it? Oh, shoot.
That's apocalyptic as heck.
Sorry, guys, I'm looking for my EV comp here. I've got the EV comp up all the way. The winds are still gusting 25 to 30 where we're at here.
staring at the fire, crying. It's probably like her town. She looked like her eyes and teared up a little bit. That would suck.
Yeah. Thanks, Frankie. Thanks for tuning in. The fire's been moving easterly, northeasterly all day. That could change with the cold front that's coming through, though.
Ah, that sucks.
Trying to get these settings right for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, that last one was a little decent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just too grainy, though.
Too saturated, is that what they call it usually?
All right, I upped the ISO max up to 6400, so we might have a little bit of noise, but hopefully that helps. I apologize for the dropouts, guys. The Starlink is struggling for some reason. Yeah, Austin, I need to do that. I had that for a little while, but the cell service isn't too great out here either, though. But yeah, you're right. It would keep it from dropping out. Yeah, I forgot to re-up my subscription to Speedify, so unfortunately I don't have any way to bond right now. This was one of those last minute. All right, I just got out to put my Starlink on the roof of the truck, so hopefully that helps. I turned it away from the smoke. EGL, so it's not 100% confirmed, but we spoke with the guys that have the road closed, and they said that the town is on fire. Again, that's just, you know, what they had said, but yeah, that's really unfortunate. Hopefully everybody's okay. Yeah, again, those reports are unconfirmed. You know, just going off of what these guys said, they said that the town was on fire. But there's no confirmation there or that it's gone. But as you can see, the flame activity is picking up. Curtis Road, that might have been the road that they mentioned it hadn't crossed yet, but that's what we heard them talking to somebody about. They mentioned the road with a C, and they said it hasn't crossed yet, but you need to get in and get your stuff and get out, pretty much. Connor, I'm not sure if I'll be out tomorrow. We'll see what it looks like. If any of us are planning on being out tomorrow, you'll see updates on our Facebook, Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers. That's where most of our followers are from, but I've been trying to build up the YouTube part just because I prefer to stream on YouTube. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. We're going to stay live here for a bit longer. You really start to see the orange glow now. Thanks, Ace. We appreciate it. Yeah, EGL, I'm originally from Michigan. I just moved here in October, and I mean, we definitely didn't have stuff like this out there. We'd have our occasional fire every once in a while, but it's definitely been something to get used to. I'm gonna hop out real quick, guys. One sec. Hey, I'm gonna try to pull up closer to your car to see if I can get these lights out of my camera.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's just blinding everything. Well, that didn't really work too well, but sorry guys, it's the best I've got right now. It's getting dark. Yeah, that actually just made it worse. Now I got somebody behind me now. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the live here just because it's getting hard to see and the lights are kind of just blinding us, and I got to start heading back home anyways. But again, prayers to everybody that's out there. Prayers to our firefighters and everyone who's impacted, and all we can hope for is that everyone got out in time. Thank you guys all for tuning in today. If we go live again tomorrow, you guys can find out on our Facebook, Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers. It's where we post all of our updates and stuff. And if I am back out tomorrow, I will be back on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, keeping it interesting, chatting with me. And, you know, like I said, hopefully everyone's okay. So